Hello, I'm Arkayla, and for this week's free psychic card reading, I'm using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle Cards pack by Kyle Gray. And I have 5 cards here, so if you want to intuitively choose a number between 1 and 5, and go to the timestamps in the comments below, and they will take you directly to your chosen number for your reading, and I'll see you there. So if you chose card number 1, this is your card. And so what is coming through here is, there's a lot happening. So you are going through a morphing process in which you are really integrating lots of different parts of who you are. It's like you may have felt for some time that you don't really know how to use all the varied interests and skills and talents that you have in a cohesive way. And yet you're going through a process at the moment which should be showing you how that will happen. And if it's not obvious, you might be experiencing this, it's just not feeling so good. And actually what's happening is that you, on a multi-dimensional level, are going through this really beautiful, gentle alignment process. And so what's really present in this card is that you have many different aspects to yourself, and you have been focusing on the most socially acceptable part of who you are. And what's really happening here is that there's ancient parts of you that are coming up to be witnessed and to be met and to be seen by others. You have a lot of ancient wisdom from past lives, and they are all being tapped into now. You also have a really beautiful connection with Mother Earth and the animals on this planet, and that is also being brought into your awareness. And there's also this aspect of your own wildness, if you like. A really good friend of mine reminded me once, he said, if you put a dog into the wild, they become a wolf, and it's about remembering that as much as we can enjoy the comfort of the lifestyles that we have cultivated as society, what can also happen is that we become very domesticated, and we can lose sight of our inner wildness, the parts of us that are fearless and driven to create and live from a place of really powerful authenticity. And I feel like this wildness in you is being brought into your attention, your awareness, or maybe there's a sense of feeling trapped or limited in some way, and suppressed, maybe contrived. You'll know what it is, and it's this feeling that is being shaken free and made very obvious to you because you're being reminded. There's like a gentle whispering from your heart that's saying you're able to do and be so much more, anything you want, and whatever the limitations are, there is a way around that. And actually, it's not your job to figure out the way. It's simply an invitation for you to surrender to the possibility that there is more for you, to open yourself up to receiving more. And that energetically is just done through deciding. The moment your intention is so powerful, and the moment you just open the door of possibility into your life, I'm ready to be more, I'm ready to live a bigger life. Whatever the words that feel right for you, and whether you're a writer or a sayer, however you like to do these things, the invitation is there for you to dream bigger and to allow your life to give you proof of that. You don't have to go out and find this, it's coming to you. So you can just enjoy the ride. So that's a really powerful week for you. I allow myself to receive is your motto. I allow myself to receive. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye. If you chose card number 2, this is your card. And so what's coming through here is balance. So it seems to me that it's like you've tamed your wildness, that there's lots of different aspects of you that you have come into the understanding of, and you've come to peace with that. I feel like you've probably done a lot of shadow work. You have really dug deep into your psyche, into your unknown, and it's paid off. And what's coming through here is this very sharp image of a sunrise, and it seems as though you are coming into this place of great acceptance of yourself and great balance within yourself. And with this new and increased peace within you, you are aware that this new beginning is starting to unfold for you. And you might not know what that looks like, but because of the work that you've done, you don't actually care, because you're in so much trust that what is being birthed is perfect for you, it's moving through you, and all you are required to do is put one foot in front of the other and trust the beautiful unfolding of this new day of your life experience, so to speak. There's a real strong sense of you understanding how to use your gifts and talents. And it's like there's still a piece that's missing of the puzzle, but you are in this place of just really enjoying the process of allowing your skills, your magic, really, to be seen and witnessed and understood and experienced in a really lovely way. And this gentleness, there's a great gentleness here. And it's the understanding that gentleness is very powerful. And you're really beginning to embody that gentleness in a really lovely way. And so there's a real deep sense of self-satisfaction in this card, in a really beautiful way, authentic way. And I feel it's a very exciting time for you. And for this week, what they're saying is just enjoy this. Also be aware that there are going to be fresh ideas that come in, and it's just going to come into your awareness. I feel like things are going to start being presented to you. Ideas, relationships, opportunities, community. So just let that unfold. You're in such a lovely centered place. Enjoy the view, enjoy the instinctive relationship that you've cultivated. It's going to guide you really well now through these fresh new paths that are opening up for you. So yes, have a lovely week, and I'll see you next week. Take care. If you chose card number 3, this is your card. So there's this beautiful old warrior here. In fact, I feel more medicine man than warrior. Okay, so what's coming through strongly here is listen. There is a message that is coming through your reality at the moment that is really wanting you to listen, and I feel like you haven't been. And just to explain that, so as you can see, there's bells hanging off this beautiful man here, and the bells are all the way along his forehead, right by his ears, here, on his chest here and here, and what the guides are saying is like literally the message is everywhere, and you're just not listening. So listen. But also, I say that flippantly, wanting to honor the fact that you haven't been ready. You know what the message is on some level, and you're scared of the answer. You're scared of it because you don't understand it. You don't know how to incorporate it. And in the listening, in the surrendering to this message in a way, in the making the decision, okay, I know what the message is. I just don't know how to deal with it. In the acknowledgement of it, it's a bit like if you're an alcoholic, the first thing you have to do is honor that you're an alcoholic. it's a bit like that, because as soon as you turn around and admit that this message, whatever it is that's coming through, like an undercurrent. So it may have been showing up through people saying this to you in different ways. Like you would have just heard the same message over and over in different ways, and it's resonating for you. Or it might just be this achy feeling in you. But what they're saying very clearly, if it's that, if there's an achy feeling that's coming up, it's not necessarily that achy feeling is right, as in there might be a fear coming up. And the fear is coming up because what your body is telling you, or your subconscious, your guides are telling you through your fear, is this fear needs to be met. This fear needs to be healed. So there are a lot of stories coming up in the collective at the moment. And they're coming up because it's a great time of shedding and healing. And those stories are our fear stories often. And if that story that's coming up doesn't feel good, if it feels painful, scary, this is a wound that is coming up to be healed. And if you need help with that, then reach out and get help. Go and see an energy healer or a therapist, someone that feels good to you. I'm here if you want to reach out and have a session with me. I'm more than happy to support you. But what's coming through very clearly is that there is an undercurrent, and that message is that undercurrent. And as soon as you understand this, and as soon as you listen to it, and as soon as you stop and spend time and listen to your instinct or pay attention to the signs that are being given to you, it's like your world will open, because this is the key forward. This is the pathway. It's like spirit's like, hello, over here. And you felt lost for quite a while recently. And it's because you haven't wanted to listen. You've been holding on to an old energy, and it's letting go of this that will open up the pathway forward. You have a very specific destiny in this life, and it is time for that destiny to really kick into gear and for you to start following it. You have a sense of this, but it's like you have felt restrained in some way. And this is all, if you can listen to this voice, if you can perhaps deal with this healing, if that's what's coming up for you, then you will, this fear, this point of destruction, which is what it would feel like, is going to become a doorway of creation. And that is why it's here for you. It's super powerful, it's present, and it's a real opportunity for you. You're a very old soul, you're very wise, you have so much ahead of you. Listen. That's your guidance for this week. Listen to your heart, or listen to the message that is being made obvious to you, and and benefit from the treasure that is coming through. I hope this is helpful for the week. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. If you chose card number 4, this is your card. It's time to let something go. It's time to let go of something you've been holding really close to your heart. And it has given you a sense of security for a long time, but it's also brought you a lot of stress. And whatever this is for you, and it could be a career, it could be a relationship, it could be a dream, whatever it is, it has weighed heavily on your heart recently. I feel a lot of emotion, a lot of real tenderness. And what they're saying is, this is a portal. It isn't easy, and you're being honored for what's happening here. But I want you to just see this, because all around this beautiful man is roses. And his focus is on this thing he's holding on to, this painful thing, because there's a tear on his cheek. And what they're saying is, once you let this go, you'll be able to smell the roses. You will be able, it's like this new life will begin. And this new life is going to be more fulfilling than anything you could possibly imagine. But it is a bit like you're making this choice between old energy and new energy. And it's really coming up very powerfully for you at the moment. It's a very, very strong portal, but it's in surrendering and letting go of, I feel like it's a long-held dream, a long-held vision of who you could be, might be. And for whatever reason, this is not your optimum lifetime experience. And that is why you're being asked to let it go. Even though you might have attached a lot of things to this dream, there is actually so much more available to you. And Spirit wants you to know that. And that's why this is being shed. You're not being punished. This isn't something that is meant to upset you. The only reason it's upsetting you is because for whatever reason, you have really attached yourself to a certain outcome. And this experience is hard because of your attachment to it. But it's not right for you. It's just not right for you. It's not enough for you. However amazing you think this outcome could have been, it's not. It's not for you. And that's why you're being invited to drop it. And until you drop it, you are not going to feel any sense of peace, any sense of fulfillment. There won't be space in your life for what is for you, which is better than you can have ever imagined. There is no space in your life for that to come in. And so, beautiful heart, if you can find the courage to let go of your great attachment to this perceived dream, lifestyle, relationship, whatever it is, if you can find the courage to let go of it, all the beauty that you have ever wanted will come into your life, all of it, with so much fervor. Oh, it's a challenging week, but it will be a powerful one. And so go gently with yourself. I feel like you know this, to be honest, and I'm just giving it more clarity for you. So I feel for you, I'm sending you love. If you need any help letting go, reach out. I can be there for you. I work with everyone online around the world, and I'm happy to support your tender heart through this process. And if not me, then get some help with this from a therapist that feels good to you. Sending love. Have a good week. This is worth it. This is setting you up for a life that is so much better. Take care. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. If you chose card number 5, this is your card. All that glitters is not gold. I feel like there's something around trust coming up. I feel like there's someone in your life who's appearing to be all the bells and whistles, but just be careful because there's something here that's not quite right. And it feels like they look like they're giving you everything, but really they're taking everything and they're draining you. This is all about them. It's not about you. And what is coming up is the invitation to let this person go from your life, because there's your soul self wants out. Your soul self wants more. Your soul self is saying enough is enough. It wants to protect your heart. It wants to help you move past this. And so I feel like this could be a boss. It could be a partner. It could be a friend. And actually, you know, as a friend, in fact, in any of these roles, this person isn't your enemy. You know, when someone shows up in your life and they treat you poorly, it's almost like their soul self is saying, get away from me, just get away. I'm not for you. This pathway isn't for you. Leave, go. Go back to other people that treat you well, because that's the pathway for you. So these people, we frame them as like enemies, as villains, and actually their behavior is helpful. It's helpful for us to move on. So this is just a really direct message. Hopefully you know who this person is or what this represents in your life. as a clue, they are very traditional, very conservative, and they are fearful. Their perspective is always fearful. But for whatever reason, they have shown up in your life in a powerful way, in a way that you feel some sense of allegiance to them, obligation to them. It could be a parent or a teacher. So just, you're going to know who this is. The guides are saying, you're going to know who this is, trust your instinct. And it doesn't need to be a big intervention. It's just about you gently deciding, I'm going to create some space here, and I'm just going to gently go in a new path, new direction. And this whole situation has benefited me in some way, and I'm grateful for that. But now I'm just going to create some space and move on. So trust yourself is the motto for this week. Trust yourself, trust your instincts, and have a powerful week. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.